Back for the top of the third inning. Tigers got a run across with one out. Hunter Gotro hitting a nice 1-2 pitch, just left up and over the middle of the plate, singling into right and bringing in Cade McBride, who led the inning off with a hit by pitch, came around to score. 2 hits for either team, and starting things off here, just off the plate for ball one, is Diaz, the shortstop. He's made a couple of plays in the field already to retire some Tigers at the plate. Next pitch, fastball up, ball 2. First time today we've seen Fowler fall behind in the count. Of the batters for Ouachita in last year's game, only 3 still remain with Louis Steen, Aaron Studdard, and Tyler Reebok. Steen and Reebok were in their freshman year, as well as Aaron Studdard now in his senior year. Pretty young team for Ouachita. Colin McWhorter in left field as a freshman for Ouachita. Hunter Gotro at first, a transfer. Pierce Mitchum in his freshman year in right field. And strike one on the 3-1 count now is inside for the first positive here in the inning for the Tigers, and Noah Fowler on the mound. Pretty young, as we mentioned, though, as that's inside for ball 4. First walk issued by Fowler, and a bunt situation here for Baker. But he is 1 for 1 today, had the first hit in the ball game. Will likely try and move over the runner from McCurdy and McGee, next 2 batters up. Both 0 for 1. Baker in his junior year out of Amarillo, Texas, played at Howard Junior College. And a chopper over the head and reaching glove of Tyler Reebok, and that'll be a base hit again for Baker. So he is 2 for 2 today. Just hit one really hard right into the ground. Bounced off the dirt all the way over the head of Reebok, who was playing in. And a tough break for the Tigers as it's 2 runners now on base at first and second, and we'll see if McCurdy is bunting here and what the Tiger defense tries to do. My brother Jacob playing at Howard Junior College his sophomore year of college. Bunt shown, and it's laid down. Picked up by Reebok. Barehanded, throw to first, and put out on the other end by Hunter Gotro. Moves up the runners on a good bunt by McCurdy. And the catcher McGee up next. McGee grounded out to second base in his first at-bat. He's trying to drive in at least 1 run and tie this ball game down 1-0. Infield going to stay back here. Try and get the out at first. Noah Fowler looking to pick up his second strikeout if he can here. First pitch is a check swing. Good job by Cade McBride to keep it in front. That's a tough pitch to lay off of. First base is open. You can pitch the 3-hole carefully if you're trying to get him on here, or just try and get him to chase some of your pitches. Koenig setter. 0 for 1 today as well. He's at the plate. He's on deck. And that's going to be laced to center field. That'll likely bring in a run. Louis Steen going to get behind it, make the catch, and throw over to third base. Picked up by Studdard, but the sac fly works to tie the game 1 apiece, as Baker remains put at second base, and Diaz comes in to score the first run for the Mule Riders. Baker still out at second, and it brings up the 4-hole hitting Koenig setter. As that was a sac fly. Well, we saw the sac bunt by the Mule Riders. That was laid down by McCurdy just to move over the runners to second and third. They are last in conference in sac bunts. Blocked up, runner going, and the throw to third is going to be caught by Reebok, but a good jump by Baker as he will steal third base. It was a great read, but Baker now, this season, the most stolen bases in conference as well. 26 for 30 as he has 2 stolen bases today and 2 hits. 1-1 your score. Ground ball hit just past the glove of Tyler Reebok, and now the Mule Rider scoring 2 here in the top of the third will take the lead. Just got under the glove of Reebok and hit well to left field off the bat of Koenigsetter. He'll pick up an RBI for his stat book, and King is up next. King grounded out in his first at bat. Cooper King has the 8th most doubles in conference with 11, as well as 11th in at-bats with 132. Curveball, start things off here for strike 1. Fowler giving up two runs here in the top of the 3rd inning. And his team, who got the run last inning, is now down by 1. Adrian Anali just hits that corner.
That's a great swing because you can't defend it.
Dylan hung quick into the block of Adrian Anali, kept alive again though. Camp dives. Stormy Leonard gets it over. It's going to be a free opportunity here. Into the block again, kept alive by the Tigers. Katie Camp, tough break though, is a big stuff again. Back-to-back stuffs for Adrian Anali. Good job by the Bulldogs to get it over. Tigers kind of reacted like they just got the point at the time, but a good job by the Bulldogs to keep it going.
And that was twice in a row that they did that. You got to make sure you stay in it until you hear a whistle.
11-7, the service coming from Addie Amon. Good job by Katie Camp just to keep it alive. Pushed in the corner. Good job by Elizabeth McVicker. Brings the Bulldogs back within 3, 11-8.
And that's one that Adriana and anybody else that takes a free ball, they typically don't want to go to the short middle part of the court. You want to push it to a deep corner so that they can't make an easy, simple, quick play.
And that's going to be shanked on the ace serve as well by Addie Amon. 9-11, Tigers still up by 2, but have given up 3 unanswered points out of the timeout. Kept alive, a good dig by Johnson. Leonard throws it long. Good dig by Mack. The set to Katie Camp. Kept alive, Mack again, keeping it going. Opportunity here for the Tigers to do some damage. Off the top of the block, and it's going to fall in as Adrian Anali gets the kill. 12-9, and you had a lot of chirping about whether that ball was touched by the other team. I couldn't tell you whether it was or not, but it looked like it wasn't.
It looked like it wasn't from here, too. It's probably just a missed call. The down ref did signal it, but it's the up ref's decision to make it or not.
Block over, a dive by Mack, but it'll be a kill by Jenny Tackett. And that's the tallest player on this team for the Bulldogs. Jenny Tackett at 6'2", native of Arlington, Texas. Played previously at Cameron. The Bulldogs currently down by 2, 12-10, as it's Clay across to Nolly. Good dig by Dylan. It'll be a free opportunity here for the Tigers. Nolly, the set, into the block, kept alive again, to Nolly. Pushed in the corner, Dylan gonna get it over, and the Tigers get the point as it was in the net against the Bulldogs. That's called against Clemson Lancaster. Excuse me, that's called against Elizabeth McVicker. 13-10, Tigers up by 3 again. Stormy Leonard gets the ball over. Into the block, and that's gonna be a big block for Adrian Anali again. Puts the Tigers back up by 4. It's 14-10. I believe the ball was probably going to fall out, but just the reaction by Borzeau touching it made sure that it came in the Tigers' side of point. Good job by Nolly defensively to get that one over. Kept alive by Stormy Leonard. Nolly will tip it over. Across to Borzeau, off the top of the block, and a tough break for Clay, unable to get to it. 14-11.
And that's a hard ball to defend for Nikki. Not just Nikki, anybody that's in that position. But you want to try and always get that second hand up towards the ball to give you just a bigger surface area.
Service from Borzeau. It's Mack. The set, top of the Huckabee, gets it over. Dylan Hong with a good save. Nikki Clay with a great dig to keep it alive. Paige Williams off the top of the tape will keep it alive as well. And that's going to go into the net. And the point goes for the Tigers as no Tiger touched it. Tipped right off the top of the tape. 15-11, Tigers back up by 4.
The officials are doing a pretty good job of making tough calls.
Quick set, pushed up, kept alive by Nikki Clay. The set to Paige Williams again, kept alive but pushed over and out of play. 15-12, Tigers still leading by 3.
And that's a ball that if Stormy, and she's capable of doing this, if she'll come down the net hard like that and then just shoot it back to Tabitha, that's a good time to do that.
Well, the junior from Edmond, Oklahoma, Dylan, will serve it. The back set to Tabitha Huckabee. A tip over, kept alive by Dylan. Hong, quick serve. And a big kill as well by the Bulldogs.
Addie Amon again.
Yeah, Amon with the kill. It's 15-13, brings the Bulldogs back within 2. Tigers going to need to stay as the aggressors here, though, moving forward. Dylan tips it over. It's going to be low. The set to Paige Williams. Dylan keeps it alive. Pushed across, and it's going to go out on the the attack error by Emily Holm.
One thing that we're going to have to change as far as offensive mindset is we're taking a lot of balls to the left back portion of the court, the 5 zone at their libero. You're the libero because you're the best passer, so we need to start swinging back towards the 1 corner and making teams defend us there, especially today.
Quick set, Emily Lowe. Dylan keeps it alive. Free opportunity here for the Tigers. Mack with the set. Katie Camp with a big swing, but kept alive by Dylan. Mack with a big dig. Tabitha Huckabee just going to freely get it over. That saved a point right there. And that's a big kill as well. Cross court for Emily Holm. It'll pull the Bulldogs back within 2, 16-14.
Hey Tiger Nation, welcome to the Roar Rundown, your favorite and only weekly sports show. Welcome back to another week on the Roar Rundown. The baseball team started things off on Wednesday against the University of the Ozarks. Let's start out with Ouachita's undefeated football team, who repeated as Great American Conference champions after defeating Southern Arkansas University this past Saturday.
Hey guys, I'm out here with Nikki Clay, Stormy Littern, and Tabitha Huckabee. They're going to take me through what it's like to play volleyball here at Ouachita.
The volleyball team played on Tuesday against Harding University for their second home Great American Conference game. That was painful to watch, but A for effort, Tiffany. On a much more impressive note, the Lady Tigers volleyball team is on a 6-game win streak after defeating Southeastern Oklahoma State University and East Central University in straight sets. Let's start out with the men and women's tennis teams. The women fought hard on Wednesday, but dropped their 5th game in conference 7-0 against Southern Arkansas. The men picked up their 3rd straight conference win, defeating the Mule Riders 4-2. It has not been an easy week for many Tigers. On Sunday of this past week, head softball coach Mike McGee passed away from his battle with cancer. Coach McGee was the head softball coach at Ouachita since 2004, served on the coaching staff for the Tigers for 17 years. Coach McGee is deeply missed, but he left a legacy at Ouachita that will last forever. Join the Ouachita community in praying for his family during this time. The men and women's basketball teams played their final games of the regular season on Thursday and Saturday this week. The Boston Red Sox were chosen 3 times and are currently winning the series against the Los Angeles Dodgers. It has been a fun semester for the Ouachita Tigers. We're sad to see the show come to an end in 2018. Well, we definitely cannot wait for the recruits to get here next year, but that's all we have for you this week. Well, that concludes this week's segment of the Roar Rundown.